Unapologetics contains profanity. Like, for realsies. An unapologetic, atheist, interracial couple's progressive skeptics' response to the fucking internet. With your hosts, Nikki and Brindley. This is Unapologetics. Hello and welcome to Unapologetics, the progressive skeptic's response to the fucking internet. I'm Brentley.
And I'm Nikki.
And today we got a special show.
Yes, we do. All the way from another country.
Yeah, that's right. Same continent, different country, but...
Important to put that in there? Yes.
Yeah.
So all the way from Canada, we have left at the Valley.
Guys, hold on. Oh, God, sorry. Guys, we're trying to be serious here. Kirsten, stop doing blowjobs through microphone, please. I'm talking to you. Jesus Christ, these guys are professionals. Let's try to put a good show, guys. Sorry about that. Hey, guys, how you doing?
Hello. We're so sorry to have interrupting you. That sounds like important.
Kirsten's got this nasty habit to practice. I don't know why. And she's the tame one, actually, in the group. So.
Wait, we took the pledge to be civilized today
Kevin.
on someone else's
I'm
show.
trying to.
I had my fingers crossed behind my back.
That's
Please,
a pledge I don't like to take.
Our show, you can be as uncivilized as you'd like.
Yeah, please.
Perfect.
The more the better.
All of us are wearing pants. So that's how we start.
Fair, I'm not. I'm wearing a skirt.
Nice.
Yeah, but you're supposed to wear a skirt over your head. You need to shave down there, by the way.
No, it is winter. I do not shave.
It's called a winter coat, Kevin.
By the way, for you listeners, the comments of Left of the Valley are not necessarily those of Unapologetics.
Yeah, we might have needed to do that.
Yeah,
No, I'm just kidding. We claim you. You are our cousins to the north. We completely claim you.
How you guys doing?
Good. So speaking of cousins to the north, I have to ask, are you all Game of Thrones fans?
Yes.
When we say winter is coming, we bring winter.
Wow, we got a hard yes all the way across.
Okay, so have you started your countdown? Are you counting down now?
I'm way behind on Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
but I still love it.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Hasn't seen the dragons yet.
Oh no!
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh!
Man. Okay.
I'm almost jealous of you because you are about to get your life.
Yes.
Seriously.
It's going to make you so happy. It'll feel so warm.
Like, it almost is like I wish dragons still existed because I just
Well,
want
they used to raise dragons in your youth.
So yeah, we can't wait. Okay, so everybody needs to tell me, who do you want to win the Game of Thrones ultimately?
I
It's a hard one. It's hard. It's a good. I mean, it's a difficult question.
You can't vote for any character because they'll end up dying really quick.
I want her to get married, and then they can rule together.
Okay.
See that? Yeah.
I think that's what everybody
that.
wants, but I don't think George R.R. Martin is like nice enough to give us that.
Right. Yeah. That's.
I think my outside the box person would be Arya.
Arya, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
She
yeah.
would be a reluctant.
I want Sean back from the dead.
Yeah.
Because he's.
That would be awesome. I really don't know. Part of me kind of wants Sansa because I think she's just so good. You know.
Sorry, you'll have to refresh my memory. Which one? Sansa?
The redhead.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Arya, their sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's Jon Snow's, like half sister.
The person that plays the evil queen.
Yeah, no, not that's Cersei.
Cersei. Yeah, which is similar.
As an actress,
Not as a queen.
What are you talking about? She's totally.
No, I mean like the Iron Throne.
Oh,
Bad
might as well put Peter.
Hold
on just a second, y'all.
So I thought this was like an atheist podcast. Maybe we got the wrong one.
we do a nerd section because we talk about what we're angry about for the whole show, and then we after that we have to talk about something that makes us happy.
Exactly.
Like that's... for a second, I thought we were on the neo-Nazi one. So
no. That is not us. Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about your show before we lose a couple of you.
Yeah.
I think you lost most of the audience right by now.
No. People love us, Kevin.
Yeah, from a distance. Left of the Valley, we're actually going on 5 years. Congrats. March 20th is going to be a 5th-year anniversary. Awesome. We're a little show. We're just broadcasting for those Americans that don't know where we are. We're just east of Vancouver, just above Seattle. And we're essentially an atheist, humanist, skeptic podcast, like a lot of them. The show is mostly interview-based, so we have our first part of the show where we talk about stuff, and we, like all the other shows, we make fun of religion, of course. And then we have an interview in the second half of the show, and Brent and Nikki were so kind to join us that one time too. So we're awesome. They're totally in their debt now because.
Yeah, you just actually had Matt Dillahunty on. That was great.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we totally had Matt Dillahunty, and he basically he was really disappointed that Kirsten didn't say a damn word during the whole podcast.
Oh my god, yes.
It's good.
Yeah,
and
that
Nancy,
was funny.
Nancy has to ask questions too.
It's like, y'all are more brave.
I'm well aware of that.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be way too terrified to call him. He'll yell at atheists. They're like, I'm trying to agree with you. He's like, stop.
So imagine the position I am in now.
Right? And now you have to answer all the questions he asks on the next interview.
No, we're asking him questions.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's right.
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing. It's time to open them books, girl. Time to bone up.
Philosophy, Kirsten. Exactly. See how good you are.
Yeah.
Right?
He would be the test for that.
Ooh, that's a showdown right there. Right? I love it. So
we've had a variety of guests over the years, from Matt to Seth Andrews to
Eli Posner.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
right? The guys who've done. And we've had all the very important ones. We had this Brent and Nikki couple that were really nice.
I wasn't there for that.
You weren't there for that?
No, she wasn't. Now she's here for this one.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's right.
They don't. They didn't know what to expect with me coming on.
Exactly.
I missed something.
Yeah, you did.
No, but seriously, thank you so much for having us on, because we are seriously a baby podcast.
Yeah.
Trying to get, we're crawling right now. We're crawling.
That was always part of a mandate. Always part of a mandate as a podcast was to try to spread the word, to make sure that people realize that you're not alone. And for some of that, of course, a lot of people start podcasts and they hope they can make it into a big fame and all that. We knew we were never going to get there anyway. But we thought if we could help others achieve some of their goals, and throughout the years, we've actually done that. We've had some people come on our show and say, hey, I thought of doing my own podcast as soon as we had an interview with you, and it was great. So I think we've had our little way of helping the movement as a whole.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I could definitely see that, because it definitely, especially with your style and everything, it does make you feel kind of like, okay, like this is something that I feel like I could do. You know what I mean? Like, it definitely helps build the confidence.
This freaking moron can do it from Canada. There's no good hell I can.
Yeah, especially for Brent, especially because I'm what I term a baby atheist.
Yeah.
So I'm still, it's so intimidating sometimes, because I've been, I've had passions and things that had nothing to do with religion or atheism for my entire life. So I know so much about the things I've been passionate about. And now there's this whole new world that is like, it seems like landmines are everywhere. And it's like I'm trying to figure out, okay, I need a reading list, y'all. I need to know what do I need to be listening to? What do I need to, so I can soak up that culture. And it's so helpful when the voices are kind and warm and welcoming, as opposed to judgmental and
the way
authoritarian and all that stuff.
The way
you know
religious
what I mean?
voices are typically.
Nancy's the warm one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I'm still judging you, right?
Well, when we started, I don't think consciously decided that we were warm and fuzzy inside. We just going to be ourselves.
Yeah.
And we're conversational. We like a lot of things, and I'm so glad that we decided we're just going to be ourselves and have these discussions because it's made it more fun for our listeners, and it's definitely made it fun for us. And I think when you start out deciding what are we going to do that's going to be fun, that's going to be interesting, and whether we do it for ourselves or whether we do it for other people, it's just going to be something that we're passionate about, and we want to draw others in. Mm-hmm. So it turns out, I think, even though they want to laugh about it, we're all pretty warm.
Well, it started for you as community service, obviously, right? Because what people don't know that Nancy's a trained assassin. Yeah, so she has to be that's how she started on our show.
I know somewhere along the line, Kevin decided that my persona was going to be that of the wandering Jew who's been here forever, and I trained assassin. So just because I trained Helen Mirren in Red,
my voice of pop culture reference.
Yeah.
We got it.
Good. Very good. I like that.
Okay.
Helen Mirren flew here to Vancouver just to study with Nancy to see how she can have a character.
No,
Matt. You believe that? I've got a bridge to sell to you.
And I think also for our show, with us all being in the same room, and we have that atmosphere with each other that we're not just talking over Skype and like. We have that body language
chemistry
interaction, and we're a little family we've created for ourselves.
Yeah.
My family sucks.
Same.
Oh, you two family? Your
actual family.
Yeah.
So that's a really good question. Were you all raised religious and came to atheism later, or has this been a part of your lives since you were children?
We all have very different histories with religion.
I, for example, was raised Catholic, coming from back east. I was Catholic. So I just started my apostasy in my early teens, and it took me quite a while to jump to become like an active atheist. And I'm slow to the party, let's just say. Nancy, you were born in a Jewish family.
I was born in a Jewish family. We were Jewish culturally, but not religiously. So actually, I grew up in an atheist all my life.
Yeah.
So it's
and
almost
Kirsten,
like
you
Russell Glasser?
Basically
Yeah, I didn't have, there was no religion growing up in my family. It was just, there was the farm. That was my religion, was the farm.
And then me. I came from a fundamentalist Christian family that was basically a cult.
What? Really?
So a wide variety of experiences.
Yeah. I have 10 siblings, and we were homeschooled.
Oh, I was homeschooled.
Yeah.
Homeschool with Ken Hovind, right?
Oh, no. Ken Hovind, yeah. Oh, gosh, kill me now. I hate it so much.
Oh, my God. That's so excellent. That's why they have such great discussions on the show, because you all have such a rich tapestry you're coming from. That is amazing.
Yeah.
And we've grown really close, and Christina says that her family sucks, and mine too. And I begin to think of my co-hosts here as my family, really more than my own biological family. And just to give you a quick, cute anecdote, several months ago we went to IHOP after a recording, and we just decided to have breakfast. And we're just chatting along like this, and we're joking around like we always do. And this woman gets up from another table, and she looks at Nancy, who's our senior, and she looks at her and she says, "You have a beautiful family."
Oh, that's so sweet.
And then Nancy says, "Yeah, Mom, you better start treating us better."
Nancy's like, "I will not be the matriarch at this table."
But the thing about this that really struck me the most is none of us corrected her. None of us went out and say, no, we're just co-hosts, we're just friends, we just accepted it. And that actually meant a lot to me as well, personally.
It did to all of us. We just kind of looked at each other, and realized that, that we are a family, we're a group, and that she noticed it, and she saw that, and came over and complimented us. It really was a lovely moment for all of us. It really was.
It made us forget that crappy breakfast.
Oh my God, can I tell you, I've had the worst experiences with some IHOPs. I don't know what it is.
We don't do IHOP well down here.
It's like, we went, what, like 3-4 months ago? I think that was the last time we went. And there was this beautiful picture of these Hawaiian, like, sweetbread pancakes. Mm-hmm. I mean, or French toast. It looks so amazing. Yeah. Like, it just looks so bountiful. Yeah. They bring it out to us, and it's like 2 pieces of basically half pieces of toast swimming on this giant plate. And they're like, here you go.
Yeah, it was like, I'm telling you, it looked comically small. Comically small.
Like, I thought it was on camera or something.
I was like, are they fucking with us?
This looks nothing like the picture.
Where's the cameras?
This literally looks nothing like the picture. You just completely duped me.
I really thought they were fucking with us.
Yes, but I learned my lesson. Stop looking at the picture and thinking anything.
Yeah,
just like,
because apparently
get
it was
what
on,
you actually want.
It was on a plate that would fit a coffee cup.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Put the zoom at like 5,000%.
Yeah.
No, the restaurant took upon itself. So Brent's been gaining a bit of weight around the midsection there. You've been going on, Brent. Come on, admit it, buddy.
I need to, actually. I'm like way too skinny.
Yeah, Brent's the skinny one. So tell us, so you're all in Canada. Tell us a little bit about how much you pay attention to American politics, because like, we're Americans, so we think everyone pays attention to us all the time.
Oh yeah,
but I feel like sometimes we overblow that. What's the real story?
I pay so much attention that I literally was jumping up and down in joy when Roy Moore wasn't elected in the Alabama Senate race.
Oh my God!
Wow, nice! Wow,
I couldn't even imagine that.
That's incredible.
I could not do that. I can't tell you a single thing about like any sort of big race in Canada.
Right? Yeah. I don't.
No.
Yeah.
You have to understand. You have to understand from a Canadian point of view, right? My father used to say to me, when America gets a cold, Canada gets pneumonia. You guys being a economic partner, we have to keep an eye on you guys, right? And it seems that we've become the voice of reason too. So now we really have to, especially since Magoo.
Seriously.
Also, this is. I know this is going to come as a surprise to you. I was born in Chicago, and I immigrated up here in 1999. So I've been here almost 20 years. And the interesting thing is that the Canadians know more about what's going on in U.S. politics than most of the people in the U.S. You can talk to anybody around a kitchen table or at a restaurant or in their home up here, and they know the parties, they know the names, they know the leadership, they know everything that's going on, and I can have as good or better a conversation about politics up here, both conservative and liberal, than I can in most places in the U.S.
That said,
we pay attention up here.
That said, Canada is a bit of an anomaly with that, because the rest of the world, although I know Americans have a tendency to think that the rest of the world really keeps an eye on them, the rest of the world really doesn't.
No, they don't give a shit. Yeah. We're not so much
the U.S. is like inconsequential to them unless all of a sudden there's a threat of invasion, which is always a thing. But aside that, if you ask the Swede, do they really pay attention to? No, I mean, they look at Donald Trump, and of course it's a joke too. But Canada, we kind of have to.
Yeah.
So that's really the dynamic that we have between our two countries.
I think that also is impacted by a lot of Canadians have American family.
Oh, of course.
Like, I have cousins who are American. I have siblings who have moved to America, and
you moved to America on purpose?
Yeah, she's one of my least favorite siblings. She's
crazy. That was wise. You are a good judge of character.
Yeah. But also in Canada, the majority of Canadians live within, I believe, 10 miles of America.
Maybe not that much. But most of the country does live on the southern border.
Yeah. So it's not like most of us are near like the Arctic, and so we're very, very close to America in geographically, as well as a lot of our media is American.
And there's no doubt that
I think the other point too is that we get American TV and our cable TV. We are almost 90% of our programming up here is from, maybe 80% of our programming is from the U.S. But the reverse is totally the opposite. When you're brought up in the U.S., you don't know the difference between Saskatoon and Vancouver because there's nothing in the media that is as close to presenting the Canadians and what's going on up here. So people in the U.S. are generally as ignorant about Canada as we are smart about the U.S. It just a fact.
And that said, since we're talking about American media, what the hell is wrong with Ryan Seacrest? I mean, come on, let's face it. There's something wrong with that.
You know what? I've never trusted Ryan Seacrest. I feel like it's either he's either into some really weird stuff or a serial killer. Right. Like something has to be wrong. Like he just betrays no weakness whatsoever.
And I feel like his character, like, do you remember when he was in Knocked Up?
Wait, who are you talking about? Ryan Seacrest? Oh, did he like guest star on Ryan?
Yeah,
yes, that's right.
Remember when he's like being all mean, and now I'm sweating. And now I'm sweating.
Yes, he did guest star on Knocked Up.
Okay, can I get you something? A drink, a cookies? A cookie. Okay,
yeah.
I'm cooking.
And that's probably his real personality.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's really him. Like, and it's like a joke in the show, or in the movie, but it was like, I think he was just really playing himself.
He has to be, because no one can be that perfect.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that, Kevin. I'm with you on that. But with that said, can you tell me something that you are just shocked that Americans are still fighting about? That we haven't just figured out?
I am shocked how dehumanizing of the immigrants from the Mexico and Central America. A lot of Americans can be. And it just shocks me because I'm like, that they're people. Like, especially when America, and I think this is something as coming from outside of America, we see Americans doing, and I don't know if they realize, America for decades has been like, we are the American dream. Immigrants can come here and make something of themselves. And like, anyone can go from rags to riches, and so they built this image of prosperity. And then suddenly, when people come to America looking for that, they're like, "Oh no, the door's closed. This is for us, not you."
Yeah, exactly.
And like,
you've been building that myth for 50 years now.
You can't get mad at people who are coming from a country that you have been instrumental in destroying.
Exactly.
And they're seeing that poverty and despair to this
but
image that you've created.
Without even that argument, just the fact that, you get people trying to better their lives. If the roles were reversed, would you not do the same thing?
Also, another thing that boggles my mind is how Americans don't look at the rich, or like with taxes. How they think,
oh my God.
Greg
and I just got into the biggest conversation about this morning because I just finished watching a documentary called Nobody Speaks. I think it's on Netflix right now. And it was about Peter Thiel, who is, a Silicon Valley, billionaire, uber libertarian that basically helped Hulk Hogan sue Gawker, and Gawker Media no longer exists. He just decided to take it out. And, he wants to build something called seasteading, where they, basically build giant cities on the sea that have no laws whatsoever. And it amazes me that when you put up an article saying, like, Jeff Bezos only gave 1% of his wealth to charity this year, and you have a ton of people in the comments like, well, if we tax them, they'll leave us, and, the whole point is to get people to work hard. We shouldn't take people's money if they work hard. And it's just... oh my God, the cognitive dissonance in that.
Yeah.
Of like not understanding that we're not talking about a mom and pop shop that like has a few franchises across the, country that's trying to make it work. We're talking about someone who has enough wealth to never ever be able to spend it in his lifetime.
Right.
I think people think that they are momentary displaced millionaires.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, me. Mm-hmm. Like, no, it can't.
Well, it could, but it's unrealistic to think it's going to be, right?
Exactly. And how
for me,
go ahead, Kevin.
Well, the thing I find absolutely amazing, and that's for the longest time, is the whole black and white problem you guys have down there. Now, don't get me wrong, of course racism happens in Canada as well.
Yes.
But to the extent that the African-American community had to go through, and the systematic, discrimination is just mind-blowing.
It also boggles my mind that there are people who think racism is dealt with. And
Yes.
my twin sister is actually one of those, sadly, who think that institutionalized racism isn't a thing. And it's like, oh, you have such a fundamentally flawed view of reality.
Exactly, completely.
Yeah, well said.
And the idea that if we would just stop talking about it, it would just go away.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's not how you deal with race problems at all.
I hear that
and I
so
think
often.
part of the biggest problem that we have with race here, and it really what it boils down to, is we never had a true conversation about what happened and made amends and came to terms with it and then had reconciliation.
Right.
It's just always been black people shut up and stop complaining, black people shut up and stop complaining, to the point where now people don't even want to believe that the Confederate flag was about keeping slaves. Like, no, it's about Southern pride. And it's like, no, that's been a complete whitewashing of history.
Yeah, well, no, it's about Southern pride, but do you know what Southern pride entails? I don't think they do. It's not just because you're in the South. It's because you're proud that you wanted to have slaves, and that's why you wanted to stay there, and that's what you're fighting for.
Yeah.
It's because you feel you're better.
I'm not sure being Southern is a thing to be proud of. What is it? That's like saying, proud Westerner. What does that mean?
Exactly.
We're proud to be the losers of a war. Yeah. What the fuck? Of a war where we're easily the bad guys.
Hold on. We got to put a pause here because Kirsten and Christina have to leave. So
we have to go to that amazing
expo. No.
Enjoy yourselves. We have to have
fun. Yeah.
Yep. So you guys have to look up Fabled.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
No, leave me alone. They're my favorite.
Fabled Creative.
Fabled Creative. Okay, cool.
Okay, we're writing it down right now.
Do that. I love
They make artwork that is just, it's beautiful, and it's like a lot of it's based on space destinations.
Ooh.
And it's
awesome.
They're amazing. That's who I'm going to see.
See, right now they're wondering what the hell was this all about. We had no what this. Just came out of the blue with this.
I love anything like that. Yes,
we love that kind of stuff.
Oh, what they were expecting with her. So.
Yes.
I am thinking out of the box.
All right, so I'm muting your microphones, both of you guys.
Okay.
You guys enjoy your thing.
All
right.
All right.
Cool. Now that we get the kids out of the picture.
The children.
Yeah, but just to continue that conversation, I think in America, the biggest thing that I can't seem to understand is how much it seems people don't stop to think. They don't feel like they deserve anything.
Yeah.
Like how much we've been brainwashed to believe that we deserve nothing. That somehow it's okay to define how poor you can be, but it's not okay to have, guidelines and postmarks on how rich someone is allowed to be.
Yeah. It's and what they should contribute if they're that rich, because it's like they act like they're rich all on their own. It's like, no, dude, you're rich because of us giving you money.
Yes, because you've been stealing from us.
Country.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you figured out how to take advantage of a whole shitload of people.
Exactly.
One way or another.
There's two little things that came to mind the other day when I was thinking about that myself. First of all, like you said, with the economy being a finite amount of money, for somebody to be rich, that means somebody else has to get poorer.
Exactly.
So you have to bear that in mind. And the other idea was, if you walked into a house and saw the house that was stacked up to the ceiling with newspapers, you think, well, this person's got a problem. But if you walk into a house and this house is stacked to the ceiling with money, you're thinking, oh, this is a wonderful special individual who's a captain of industry and a successful person. Right. Is there really a difference?
No.
Money is an addiction too.
Exactly.
You make your first $1 million, then you start thinking, well, how long till I make my second $1 million? How long till I make 5? And you get to a guy like Jeff Bezos. Do you really need billions of dollars to live?
You don't.
I understand these people.
And it seems like with every million they make, they become even more paranoid. Yeah. I mean, if you read anything about Peter Thiel, this whole wanting to homestead, wanting to know if like getting transfusions of younger people's blood will, prolong your life, it is so weird to me to be that obsessed with like maniacal plans that is opposed to just enjoying life. I don't understand it.
It's like they're all villains in a fucking James Bond movie.
Really?
Seriously. Like, why? It's like that's the real life version.
And that's our fault. We apologize. Silicon Valley and everything we created there, that's just our fault.
Well,
I may be overly naive and optimistic, but in general, I think that what's good about America has been driven by the Democratic Party, by the party that believes in the diversity, in unions, and helping people go from poverty to a good standard of living. They've really been for the working person, whereas the Republicans have been more corporate and promoting this kind of greed. And right now, I think we're really at a turning point. I think that what has happened over the past couple of years with this administration has brought out people who are liberal and progressive and realize that in order for America to truly be part of its destiny, it's going to have to change.
Yes.
And it's brought out the progressives and it's brought out the advocates for the poor and for the diverse. And I think the Trump administration has probably been the biggest civics lesson that the U.S. has ever had.
Right.
And that now people like Bernie Sanders and people like Alexandria, what's her name?
Ocasio-Cortez.
Those kinds of people, and the people who have been elected at midterms into, especially the House of Representatives, are going to start turning the country, maybe not toward democratic socialism within the next 10 years, but at least realizing that that's a better goal and that's a better path to follow than the corporate greed that's been there. Whether it's going to come to pass, I don't know, but I have to put my hope into that's the way because we've seen what happens with this unbridled greed and the Republicans wanting to squeeze every single dollar out of the public, that the progressives are going to grab purchase and have a voice.
We've just gone through a 40-year detour into conservatism and Reaganomics. Remember Jimmy Carter? They're not putting back solar panels on the White House. He had them on. As soon as Reagan came in, he took him down. So that era, which of course was Reagan in the States, it was Brian Mulroney up here in Canada, it was Thatcher in the UK.
Yes.
Now we just did a 40-year experiment into conservative politics, and it's been getting nothing but worse.
Exactly.
We've just culminated this with Donald Trump. So I'm hoping at this point that we are smart enough as a people to realize, okay, this idiocy of trickle-down economics and everything has to be right-wing and everything
and
does
that we
not
have to
work.
Appease the rich. We don't. We don't. We can do this. We can do this.
Yeah.
I completely agree. And you're right, Nancy. We have to be hopeful. That's really all that we have. Yeah. I just am... While I'm hopeful, I'm aware of the evidence that America seems to always have to learn lessons the hard way.
Yeah.
We always have to learn them the hard way.
Well, and they get these people locked in step because the Republican Party requires so much. It's like if you're part of a religion, then you're automatically, if you're white anyway, and are part of Christianity, you have to be a Republican. Yeah. That's the rules.
Yeah.
And so they got all and that makes it so difficult for us. Not to mention, they fucking cheat. They have the Christianity and all that shit to act like they're the moral party, but then they go and cheat and undermine the system by calling out emergency, a national emergency and shit. Yeah. But anyway, I'm sorry, I'm sidelining here, but you go.
First, I was talking to a couple of. First of all, you have to make a distinction. Being conservative in Canada, being conservative in the U.S. are two different things.
Yes.
The staunchest conservative in Canada would probably not be fit enough to lick a Republican boot. Frankly, you have to be really. You're nowhere near as far right up here in the country. Nonetheless, I never understood what it was like to be proud to be conservative. Because as far as I'm concerned, every human right, every social advancement we had, whether you talk about minimum wage, rights for blacks, rights for kids, right for women to vote, name it, with the weekend, and 40-hour week instead of 80, all that was fought tooth and nail against by conservatives.
Yes.
So when you're and they've lost every single match. So when you're a proud conservative, what actually are you proud of?
I don't know. I really don't know.
To me, it's not like that huge anchor that we're dragging behind that's stopping us from progressing faster. Because it really is just that. Just like religion. I don't understand what you're proud of. It seems the only thing they have to say these days about being a conservative is, we just showed those libtards. How is that a definition of yourself? You haven't done anything to improve nothing.
Exactly. And especially because they have, the thing that really bothers me is, as progressives, as liberals, we're not trying to stop you from being who you want to be. Right. If you want to go out into the wilderness of Oregon and live on your own and be by yourself, we're welcoming you to do that. Right. We're just asking that you don't make everyone else have to do that.
Exactly.
Let us just push this along, push the old buggy along, and you go in your corner and do your own little thing.
Yeah.
And leave us alone.
That's what I always say. With secular stuff, it's not just secular, because that just means not religious. But in my mind, secular, of the things, it's it allows for other people to exist. Everybody can exist together, right? And it's not this, you have, in their worldview, we can't exist. We really can't.
No.
Unless we're going to be second-class citizens. You know what I mean?
It's just space.
It's...
Okay, to bring this back up, I found a little quiz.
We're going to play a game. We're going
to see, I think we already know the answers to what this is going to come out to be, but I found 2 different quizzes. One is on American government, and one is on Canadian government. I'm going to ask you 3 questions from the American to see if you get it right, and then I'm going to say out the 3 questions for the Canadian and see if Britt and I can get it right. Okay, so we're going to test this out.
How do we know you guys didn't look the answers up on this already?
No, we didn't!
No,
we promise!
We're trying to be as...
We're being fair, we're being fair. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start
3
the
questions on
one.
American politics. We have to answer you and I.
Yeah.
Yes.
Am I supposed to be here?
They're going to ask us 3 questions on American politics.
Oh, it's kind of not fair since Nancy is an actual American.
No, it's okay.
It's a smarter American to decide to come up here.
But still.
Which you guys should have done the same.
Okay, so question number 1. We elect a president how many years?
Well, that's 4 years, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That is correct.
Easy.
Okay, this was kind of hard. The House of Reps has how many voting members? Do you want options?
435.
Oh, go ahead on, Nancy. Yes.
Killing it.
So I wasn't sure about that. I knew it was more than 300, but I wasn't sure it was 400.
I didn't know that until today. I'm just going to say.
Brent, we're working. That's part of our show. Working on Brent's civics education.
I was homeschooled, and badly.
Okay, which is not a cabinet level position? Secretary of the Interior, Secretary of Energy, Secretary of Agriculture, or Secretary of Communications?
Oh.
Secretary of Communications.
I was about to say that too.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so this
fuck
is
you guys. Fuck.
Okay. So let's do.
Energy for sure, agriculture for sure. And then
Communications is what would that even entail?
In the Trump, when talking about the Trump cabinet, any of those that are corrupt are in the cabinet.
Yes.
Has at least a possibility that they're normal.
And let's face it. Should we really call it the Trump administration? I think we should do to Trump what we do to other countries. It's just called the Trump regime.
Exactly.
Well, it's a bad dictator. We call it a regime. I think we should call it that too.
Yes.
Well,
Yes, I agree.
That they have to call it the Trump administration because the Republicans have all lost any spine whatsoever, and they are absolutely in lockstep. If there were any of them that would realize that they're into this netherland of egotism and corruption, they'd stand up. But they're not, because they've fallen in line. I think you're going to have to call it the administration.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God,
and the position.
I just really don't. I really feel like the Republican Party doesn't understand how bad of a PR job they're doing.
Yeah,
it's such a bad PR job. Oh, they need help.
Unbelievable.
Okay, so we're gonna ask ourselves
that
three
was
questions.
So
we should be asking you some questions on Canadian politics.
I know.
Yes,
Well,
go ahead.
that's
Go ahead.
better.
Yes.
Yeah, that's better.
Go.
Okay.
Okay.
So some basic shit now.
Go ahead.
I'll start with an easy one. Can you name the 3 main governmental parties in federal politics in Canada?
The 3 main governmental parties are
like you have like the Liberals, or just giving you a clue there, right?
Oh, okay.
So is it Liberal? I'm gonna guess conservative.
Yes.
And the Whigs.
No, the Tories. Yes, no, we don't know.
Yeah, 3.
The third one is called a New Democrat, the New Democratic Party, the NDP.
And, okay, so which one is the give me the scale between the...
Right now the Liberals are in control. But we have this is an election year, and right now the Justin Trudeau with all his magnificent hair isn't doing all that well.
Oh.
We're kind of concerned. I am really concerned because it means that usually the Conservatives will go in when the Liberals are not doing well. So I'm hoping the Canadians come out to vote because just like America, I think our population is more divided, like 1/3 Conservative and 2/3 Liberals. And I think it's the thing in the United States too, right? And the only way my theory is if the Liberals don't come out to vote, the Conservatives go in because they always come out to vote.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That they are a very reliable base.
Oh,
so right now the majority of the House is owned by the Liberals. What the proportion is, the Conservatives are coming in second place, and then the NDP in third. But then, of course, there's the Green, but there's only a few members of that.
Okay, so there's 0 for 3. So next one.
Yeah, so what else you got?
All right, so who's the president of Canada?
You don't have a president.
Yeah.
You have a prime minister, and his name is Justin Trudeau.
Oh, good for you.
Good for you.
Good snaps.
Snaps. And what are the houses of government called up here?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. They're called
okay. The House
the Yellow House.
Lords.
Your question, maybe? An easier question because the House. Would you want to answer that?
Well, there's the House of Parliament.
Yeah. They might not. Let's give you an easier one. Okay. Everybody knows 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is the White House and the address of the president and where he resides.
Right.
The official residence of the Prime Minister of Canada. Do you know the address?
No.
Oh, God.
I know it's in Ottawa.
It's 1723.
Do we at least get that
Ottawa
right?
Lane, Ottawa.
That's the Ottawa thing.
It's in Ottawa?
There is an official house of the Prime Minister. It's called the House of the Prime Minister. It's the address is 24 Sussex Drive.
Oh.
And where is that?
That's in Ottawa, of course.
It is in Ottawa. Okay.
So I was close. My answer was really close.
Okay, so we are 1 for 3.
Yeah, 1 for 3.
I gotta be honest. Thank you for that softball, Nancy.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That helped.
Let's give you one more, see if you guys can catch up here.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Of course, we know that the United States started in 1776.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
But what year did Canada officially become a country?
1812. I know that. Yeah.
No.
But there was something with Canada in 1812. There's something in 1812. That was Canada.
I have no idea.
Canada is actually a young country. Officially, Canada became part of the Dominion of Canada, if you wish, in 1867.
Wow.
The War of 1812, technically, it was the British that burned down the White House.
Exactly.
That's what I was. Yeah, I was just afraid. I was having fun, but yeah, because I didn't know, so I better say something fun.
Well, I'll give you a bonus question.
Okay.
We don't have states; we have provinces.
There we go.
And so, not even talking about territories, which is something different. How many provinces are there up here?
9.
Yay!
So close.
Yay!
So close.
Oh.
That's it. 10.
Yeah.
Brent came in for the win.
I win the game.
Okay. Can I get special bonus points for naming at least 5?
Oh, you want to name 5?
Yeah,
yes.
Name 5 provinces. Go.
Okay. Okay. Quebec.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay is not one of them.
It's a state.
British Columbia, BC.
That's correct.
Okay. Nova Scotia.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear the gerbil running there? Wheel turning.
Oh my god. Okay.
You should see the smoke right now.
Now I'm just thinking of cities. Oh no.
Damn. It was your challenge.
I know. I was overconfident. Okay, wait. Saskatchewan. Okay.
Impressive. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one to pull out.
They're like the Dakotas over here.
Let's see. Oh, and where is Toronto?
Toronto is in Canada.
Calgary?
No, that's a city.
It's a city.
No, Toronto is...
Toronto is in the province, and the province has one of the Great Lakes is named after it too.
Oh, okay. One of the Great Lakes is named
Ottawa is. You were close with Ottawa.
Yeah, you got Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, Lake Erie, Lake
Pontchartrain. That's the first lake that comes to mind.
Canada.
Fuck.
I'm not good at that.
Lake
not
Manitoba.
Yes, that's one. Manitoba.
All right. Wow. See, this is why Nikki's the smart of the, smart one of this group.
It was Lake Ontario.
Ontario, duh! Oh my god, so, cool fact, Canada, there's a ton of Canadians here right now.
Yeah.
Because apparently St. Petersburg, Florida is a place where everyone Canadian wants to be.
Yeah.
And we see Ontario license plates all the
Everywhere.
time!
All over, yeah. I can't believe it.
Oh, man.
That's funny.
But, hey, I pulled out Manitoba.
The next time we do this, you're going to have to put them all in place so that you know who's next.
Oh.
That's not fair. That's naming the 50 states of the U.S. That'd be a long list.
The first thing you need to know, and I'll give you a hint, is BC is right next to Nova Scotia. Now, after that, you're going to be able to draw the entire map of Canada.
That's not fair. You can't do that to them.
That's not true either.
Throwing a wrench in our whole shit here.
Aren't they on the exact opposite sides of each other?
That's okay, but we've driven them to now look at the map, which is good.
That Brent and Nikki's knowledge of Canada surpasses Trump levels.
It does.
By far.
That's what I always say. Like, me being homeschooled where I basically didn't do... Like, I got Fs on everything, and then my mom let me correct things. So, I know nothing about anything.
But you definitely know more than Trump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where I was going with that. But I still know more than Trump.
Well, thank y'all so much. This has been so much fun. We really appreciate it.
It's been fun.
That already? My God, I thought we were just warming up.
So, when does your show come out? When do you do your show every week?
Yeah.
We usually it releases either on Saturday or on Sunday, depending on what we just went through a recording there. That's going to come out tomorrow. We were just talking to the Skeptical Texans, which is a very interesting duo of guys. They're going all over Texas, and they go from church to church explaining what it's like to be an atheist.
Oh,
that's
nice.
Really cool.
Wow.
We're going to have to look them up and listen to that show. That is excellent.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Really these guys can talk your ear off, trust me.
Oh, yeah?
That's awesome.
Maybe we'll have to hit them up and see if they'll come over.
Well, listen, I think you'll really be entertained and you'll be blown away by what they're doing.
Yeah. And if you want to know more about us at Left and Valley, well, you can follow us at leftandvalley.com. You can follow us on Facebook, on Twitter at LATV Podcast, or you can send us an email at leftandvalley@outlook.com. You can send your complaints to Nancy on the 3rd floor, but make sure to duck the incoming knife.
Love it. Nice. Well, Kevin, Nancy, and of course Christina and Kirsten that left us. Thank you so much for being with us today. We really appreciated it.
Yeah, seriously.
Pleasure was all ours. And maybe you regret yours too, though.
All right, go enjoy that Canadian weather.
All right. Well, that will about wrap this up. That was awesome. Thanks again to Left of the Valley for hanging out with us for this episode. We had a fucking blast. But if you want to contact the show, our email is unapologetics666@gmail.com. The Twitter account is @BrentleyAllen1. And you can like our page on Facebook, please. It's Unapologetics, spelled just like the show. And I think the subtitle at that point when I made it was Unapologetics, the Atheist Response to Apologetics. So, what do we say to the haters, discriminators, and masturbator shamers? Fuck off.